you know there's a ride in Animal Kingdom that's bigger than all of Magic Kingdom? I'll show it to you today. We are doing another Animal Kingdom land tour today in my personal favorite land in this park, Africa. We are headed in to this rather sizable land, especially with that attraction that I mentioned. And we're gonna check out everything there is to eat, see, drink, do, ride, hidden details to find, the whole shebang. Now you might not think there's a ton to do in Africa, but you are absolutely incorrect. And I'm gonna show you everything today so you don't miss a beat when you're here. Or if you just wanna live vicariously through me, that's okay too. Now judging by this wind, it's definitely a storm. So let's see if I can beat it. I do not have a great track record with beating the rain, so today's the day. You can get to Africa from Asia on the path, across this bridge from Discovery Island, and even on a boardwalk around from Pandora. So lots of ways to access this area. And you'll see that this story of this area is an East African port called Harambe. There are a ton of dining locations in this area, really great shopping, some amazing eats at those dining locations, and one of my favorite rides in all of Disney World. We're gonna see it all. Our first stop is right on the right as you enter. This is Mahindi, which is the popcorn cart here in Africa. It is gonna have popcorn buckets that you can collect. They've got Mickey and Minnie right now, but I've seen the Simba one here as well. Ice cold beverages, popcorn, pretty much your basics. So nothing too exciting, but still worth a stop if you're looking for good popcorn. This direction, also just to the right when you enter from Discovery Island, is the path to Asia. But before you head that way, there are a few cute little spots that you definitely don't want to miss as you're walking by. One of those spots is the pin station, which is going to have a bunch of different pins that you can get. I see the Coco set right here. If you don't think I already have this, you'd be sadly mistaken. But definitely a good stop for pin collectors, and they're closing up, it looks like, because the rain's about to start. Just next to that, we do have Mizuki, which is not a real drum store, but it is a fake little drum stand, and you'll see some kiddos are certainly having fun drumming away. You might have heard of this next spot before, but there's a secret about it that I'm going to show you too. So here we have Tamu Refreshments. This is a quick service style kiosk. There are a lot of really interesting and yummy desserts here. The menu does tend to change, so check it out when you're here. Maybe it'll have something different than when I'm here right now. Currently, there are some really fun Lion King themed Dole Whips, like the Scar's Lair, the Lion's Lair, the Simba Sunset, the King's Cooler. I think if I were gonna get one, I would still go for that classic Dole Whip pineapple float, but those other ones look pretty good, especially for kiddos. I didn't beat the rain. Now, a lot of stuff does close in Animal Kingdom. A lot of the outdoor vending and the other parks will close in severe weather like this. But there's one thing that surprisingly stays open, and I might have to call it quits on filming, but not until I show you this. We are going to ride Africa's main ride and one of the most popular in Animal Kingdom. This is Kilimanjaro Safaris. It is a real vehicle that you get in, and then you really do drive around and see real animals out roaming free. It is so amazing to see. I'm so excited to ride, and the reason I'm pushing through and riding it today in the rain is because I've heard from my friend Breedlove that the Animal Kingdom cast members have actually said the animals often really like the rain and like being out in it, so we might get some really good animal sights today, and I'm already wet. So, you know, one of my favorite things about Kilimanjaro Safaris is the theming, because it is an extremely well-designed ride that makes it really look like you are driving through Africa on an African safari, seeing real animals in the wild or on a reserve. That's not the case. You are still seeing animals in the habitats at Animal Kingdom, but boy is it cool. There is no height requirement for this ride, and it's definitely a must for animal lovers of all ages, because it is, you see some animal encounters like you would not believe. Every single time I'm on this, I like jaw drop and wowed. You'll also notice a few warnings to keep an eye out for poaching and report it. You're in Animal Kingdom, you won't see any real poachers, but this ride did actually used to have a poaching storyline that made it a little bit more dramatic, where you had to help the warden of the reserve and your driver sort of help catch the poachers. It does look like we're stopped right now because I bet there's lightning in the area, so we'll see if we get on. Fingers crossed. Did you hear the thunder? I swear, when it starts raining in Animal Kingdom, it just does not stop. We'll see if we make it on this. Success for making it on. was absolutely right. I did see different animals active than usual. There were a lot that were in because of the rain, but a lot were out. So I've never seen the cheetahs up and walking around, all 3 of them. I have barely ever seen the lions up, and the male lion was up and walking around. The bongos are extremely hard to catch. They're usually in the very back if you do catch them. We saw the bongos right up by the truck, so definitely a successful safari. Maybe a pro tip: the worst time to ride a safari is the middle hottest point of the day, because the animals tend to get really sluggish around that time. They're not going to be as active. The best time is going to be in the morning or the evening, closer to dawn and dusk as you can. Is going to be the best time for Kilimanjaro safaris. But if you do have to ride in the middle of the day and there's a rainstorm, might not be a bad time to hop in line. It also does look like we have a little break in the rain, although I'm not sure it's going to last long. But I have a surprise for you. We're going to check out Zuri's sweet shop at the merchandise spot in just a little bit, but I'm stepping in here for a different reason. I'm looking for something other than merchandise. There's certainly a lot of Africa to see, but something is catching my eye. I know that guy. Hi, Breedlove. How's it going? Rain? Yeah. Yeah, me too. So, Breedlove is here reporting today. Not filming a video, but can I hijack you?
Yes.
Well, I was thinking, I'm doing a land tour of Africa.
Oh.
And you've been talking my ear off about a snack here at Kusafiri.
You mean the spiced potato hand pies?
That's exactly what I mean. They are vegan, and Breedlove says they're amazing.
Yes, they're vegan if you ask for the right sauces.
If you ask for the right sauces, they're vegan. Yeah. I'm not vegan, I don't care. So Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery is certainly an underrated spot here in Africa. It has some great breakfast options with like pastries and things like that. And then there are even some like snack portions that could even be a lunch if you're a lighter eater. They have this marinated pork flatbread, which I have had and is amazing. They have the same thing with chicken. And then these, of course, Breedlove's genius spiced potato ham pies. So this is the fried dough filled with spiced potatoes and vegetables. That's the spiced potato ham pie. And then you've got sauces with it. You've got a coriander chutney and a harissa mayo with aioli. Aioli and mayo, all the same thing. Aioli's just fancy mayo. These both sound very good to me. I'm excited. You've picked a great choice. And again, the aioli's not going to be vegan. Right. But the chutney will be.
And they'll give you 2 of the chutney if you ask them to make it plant-based.
Then it's a plant-based eat. I'm excited. All right, I'm guessing you're going for the vegan sauce.
No, I'm going for the harissa aioli. Just kidding. April Fools.
Cheers. Hand pie cheers.
Looks like there's some garbanzo beans in there.
I love this a lot.
Right?
Like, hands down. So my favorite... We're going to get this later, but my favorite drink in Animal Kingdom is at the Dawa Bar, and I always want a really hearty snack with it because corn just doesn't cut it. This?
Right next door.
Right next door, and they're so good. They've got a little bit of kick to them, which is really nice. If you are completely averse to spice, you probably won't like this. The dough is very thick and very like crispy right on the edges especially. The filling is, there's a lot of filling. Like this is hearty. This is plenty to share as a snack. And probably a meal, honestly, on its own. Can I try your chutney?
Of course.
They're very close. I think the harissa aioli is better, but only because I love harissa so much.
I wish they would make it with a vegan mayo so we could all enjoy it.
I mean, I love a vegan aioli.
Me too.
We've had vegan aiolis before that are really good. The CityWorks vegan aioli is really good. Yeah, these are awesome. Definitely a really great snack to grab when you're in Africa. Thank you for showing these to me.
Of course. And if you need a little more food, you can always get the house-made potato chips that are served with the pita sandwiches over there. You can buy them as a side.
Also vegan.
Also vegan.
Look at that. All right, well, we're gonna eat these now. BRB. All right, we do have a pause from the rain. I'm back over here by Tamu Refreshments. I just said bye to Breedlove. And let's take a look at the secret that I mentioned earlier that I never got to show you, although I kind of did. You've got this Harambe fort erected 1420, which is a beautiful, shady, large seating area. This is great because there are a lot of dining locations around Africa, and you can kind of grab any of your grab-and-go things from those spots and come back here and look, tons of tables. There aren't a ton of tables like out and about in Africa, so this is where you'll find them, sort of tucked in here. Fair warning though, you probably remember I was in here with the rain. These slatted roofs provide some great shade, but not great cover from rain. You'll see there's a stage here. Because of the rain, we're probably not going to catch any of the street performers, but there are typically a few different kinds of street performers that come out during the day at this stage, both of which I really, really like. You've got the Tam Tam drummers of Harambe, who Molly and I saw together a couple of days ago, and we definitely danced. And you can also catch Kora Tinga Tinga here, which is a traditional instrument player. It's very, very beautiful, very fun. Definitely want to hit the streetmosphere of Africa. It's some of the best in Disney World right now, I think. Just next to the stage, you'll see the restrooms. These ones tend to be pretty busy, although right now they're pretty quiet. And then we're on to Africa's merchandise location, Mombasa Marketplace. So this is one of my favorite merchandise locations in Animal Kingdom. It's pretty sizable, and it's got a lot of Lion King merchandise. Simba sweatshirt, Hakuna Matata tank, Timon and Pumbaa. And it's not just Lion King, there's a lot of Animal Kingdom merchandise, toys, t-shirts, and things like that. A stuffed hyena, which I love. Actually, that's the spotted African dog, I think. And of course, some ears, lounge flies. There's some more interesting merch, like these adorable little succulents. Look at this one in the elephant pot. And the giraffe. I'll tell you right now, I got my eye on this Kilimanjaro Safaris bag. That is sweet. And connected to Mombasa Marketplace is Zuri's Sweet Shop. This is what it sounds like. It's a sweet shop. We're going to have some prepackaged snacks and candies, as well as a full bakery case. You're going to see a lot of those classic basic snacks in this case, as well as some with an Animal Kingdom twist. What is that? Decorated crisp Rice Krispie treat. That looks like it has strawberry cereal on top, and I'm interested. Though there are a lot of fun treats out and about in Africa, you don't want to discount those bakery cases. Some of those classic treats are the way to go. There's a reason they're so popular. You also can get ice Goofy's Glaciers here. Actually, I think they're called something else here. Kilimanjaro Coolers. You can get those with or without alcohol. They are slushies. You can get them layered. A pretty fun little treat for you too, especially on a hot day. A little bit of homeware to finish up the shop, and we're out. This side of Africa is one of my favorite spots for theming. If you look, it's incredibly detailed. It really looks like you're walking around in the streets of an African port town, which is so, so cool. There are these posters here for Festival of the Lion King, some music blaring, a not so hidden Mickey saying hey. Hey! So cute. And continuing on that way, we'll take you over into Asia, but we have to check out Harambe Market, which is the largest quick service dining location here in Africa. As you can see, Harambe Market is more or less closed up for the day. It does close much earlier than the park. It's mostly open around lunchtime, but they've got some more unique offerings here, and it's definitely worth a stop if you're hungry and in the area, although not one of my favorite quick service spots in Animal Kingdom. They've got a meat shop, curry-style sausages, grilled foods, refreshments, all sorts of stuff. And when it does close later in the day, you can see there is a ton of shady and fully covered seating, which is a big bonus. So you can head back here and actually grab a seat, take a rest, get some peace and quiet, and watch the train go by out the back. The theming in Harambe Market also is totally spectacular. They all look like little separate buildings. It's super cool. And you can see they've got some heartier meal options here. Speaking of the train, something might look a little familiar up here. Quick detour, this is the Lion King Wall, a great place for pictures. And we'll follow the signs for train service to another attraction that is technically in Africa. This is the Wildlife Express train that will take you to Rafiki's Planet Watch. No, we're not going to ride the train today because we did in my Rafiki's Planet Watch tour. And yes, that is a whole another land that you can only access by train. So if you want to learn more about that, go ahead and watch my tour of Rafiki's Planet Watch. I'm really excited about our next stop. We are headed to Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. This, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated attractions in Disney World. So I didn't often use the wildlife trails in here in Animal Kingdom. There's one in Africa and there's one in Asia. And when I did, once I was like an older teenager, I was like, whoa, I have been missing the most amazing animal trail ever. And because Animal Kingdom doesn't have that many rides, you might have time to fit this into your day. So it's certainly worth doing, and I will show you why. Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. So these are self-guided walking trails. You can head in. As you can see, this one closes ahead of the park today. The park closes at 8 p.m. It closes at 6:45. So make sure you don't miss it if you do want to go ahead and explore. These trails, there are two of them. This is the African one, of course. Immaculately themed, and you get some amazing views of animals probably unlike anything you've ever seen. For me, it certainly was like that the first time I came in here. There are also a lot of informational signs and things you can check out, but I am much more concerned with what I see up ahead. I just spoke to a cast member. I was looking at the colobus monkeys there, and she said that sure enough, the rain does rile up most of the animals. Some of them don't like it, like the gorillas, but most of them do get riled up by the rain. That's why those monkeys were so active, and the gorillas are the ones who don't like it, but the tigers, she said, get the zoomies in the rain. I have never seen the tigers here awake. They are over in Asia, so we'll check them out when I do my land tour of Asia, and hopefully maybe it'll rain. Maybe it'll be a good thing that it rains and we can see some tigers with zoomies. That sounds like the best thing ever. Here we have the okapi, which are a pretty elusive animal that are really closely related to the giraffe. I can see two of them right now, so they're not that elusive either. The trail also takes you inside a very lush and beautiful sanctuary for birds, and I can hear so many beautiful bird songs in the trees above my head. Look at these cuties. Like Kilimanjaro Safaris, these animal trails are best walked earlier in the morning or as close as you can to when they close. So today around 6:45 is when that closes, because that's when the animals are most active, but the rain also makes them active. So if it starts raining, maybe don't shy away from the animal trails. Unless there's lightning, then safety in mind. It's like Timon. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them in a little cuddle puddle by the wall. And the best part of the Gorilla Falls Trail, gotta be the gorillas. There's a whole family of gorillas over here, and I will pretty regularly see little ones. Got a really tiny baby in this one's lap, and maybe we'll get a glimpse. Oh, lounging. Alright, he's sleeping over there. I came down to get us a better look. I don't think he's up. I saw him up and playing the other day. But definitely come and see if the little ones are around. They're super cute. Look at that guy going. But the little tiny baby you can see just in mom's lap. Right there, that's his head. He's sleeping. As you can see, super cute. Absolutely love the gorillas. They are awesome. And I literally have stood at that window for like an hour before. And there's more gorillas to see further along the trail. Well, that took longer than expected. It's okay, sometimes the Florida rain wins. You shouldn't let it win though, but you're not holding a little camera that can't film in the rain. So make sure you bring a rain jacket. When we're back, there's a clear blue sky, and we can finish our Africa tour. We left off over there at Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail where we were seeing some very excited animals from the rain. And now we're gonna walk past this ice cream stand, which, boy, do I want a Mickey bar. Is it too early for a Mickey bar? Yes. I'm gonna head over here. We rode Kilimanjaro Safaris earlier, but did you know there's actually another attraction at the entrance to Kilimanjaro Safaris? Now this one isn't upcharged. It's the Wild Africa Trek, which when you're on Kilimanjaro Safaris, you might see like what looks like a ropes course or a bridge and harnesses for guests to use. That is the Wild Africa Trek. It is a literal trek through the safari, through the savannah, and it does culminate in a meal out on the actual savannah, which is very, very cool. I've never done that. It is definitely bucket list. If you want to see that in a video, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in that Wild Africa Trek, you can come ask about it over here at Animal Tours. There's a bunch of different experiences you can have here. Now, not all of them are available, but this sign does list a good few that might be, so come on over and check. If you're interested in any like upcharge, unique experiences, it's a great place to stop by. Next door, you can find face painting, inspired actually by the people of Cal, who have traditional cultural face painting. Very, very cool experience over here if you've got kiddos who just want a little bit of face paint, if you want to have a little more fun on your park day. Now I'm going to show you a spot you are probably walking right by and you do not want to miss. It's got one of the best snacks in Animal Kingdom. Right here is Harambe Fruit Market. It's pretty easy to think that this stand is just like fresh fruit and like bagged chips and like a pickle and pretzels and stuff like that, but it is also home to grilled street corn. If you like corn on the cob, I highly, highly, highly recommend the grilled corn on the cob with the African spices here. It is amazing, so buttery, totally covered in African spices. Look, she has one. I'm jealous. I can't eat corn this early in the morning, but maybe I'll get one later. Outside of Zawani Traders and Mombasa Marketplace, which is really connected, you'll see there are actually some merchandise stands with some amazing merchandise, because these are actually artisan crafted items. And all of the artists are actually from, right now, today, the two artists who are here are both from Kenya. We got a lot of handmade jewelry and wooden carvings. This is gonna be one of the more like unique souvenirs you can find in Disney World, even if it's not the most Disney souvenirs, although that Hakuna Matata sign, calling my name. You remember Kusafiri Coffee Shop and Bakery from Breed Love and I's potato pies. Those are so good. Hot air balloon trips. That sounds kind of scary. I mean, like, in theory, you're like, oh yeah, hot air balloon trips would be fun, but wouldn't it be a little scary? We've got another ice cream cart over here, and actually there is sort of a secret. I don't know what's happening, but here we've got Hotel Boudica, the deliveries only door, and sometimes you'll hear somebody knocking pretty hard on this door, although I guess he's asleep right now. But give it a listen, point it out to your family, tell them that you just knew it yourself and you didn't learn it from me, and you conceal that fact and feel very, very cool. I just heard it start. I was walking away and I heard the knocking start. Sounds like he's trying to get a tenant to pay your rent or something. Pretty angry knocking up there. Next up, we have 2 dining locations, both of which are actually my favorites in, some of my favorites in all of Animal Kingdom. And one of them has one of my favorite alcoholic drinks in all of Disney World. And don't you worry, I will certainly show it to you. So on the left by the entrance, you'll see this kind of covering here, and it leads to Tusker House Restaurant. Now, Tusker House Restaurant is a character dining location, so it is on the pricier side. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it does feature some of your favorite characters, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, in their Safari Best, which is the best ever, I think. Look at Safari Donald. Right now it is breakfast time, so they are serving like Mickey waffles, but the good thing about this restaurant is that at all meals there are some more adventurous eats. So a lot of character meals have pretty basic American eats, and this one has a lot of African inspired cuisine. That's why it was always one of my favorites as a little kid, is because you could have more traditional eats, but you could also try some different stuff. Now, Tusker House wasn't always character meal, so if it's been a while since you've been, you might be surprised to see some characters there. Just a heads up, it is a character meal all the time now, but it's a really awesome option here in this park. It's the only character meal in this park for you to be able to meet some of those characters, have really great food. In my opinion, it's probably on equal par of Garden Grill of the quality of food at a character meal. When you arrive at Tusker House, you can check in at the desk right here, and then you'll be directed kind of back to this waiting area, which is out behind the building, in a beautifully themed area. You can see this kind of like quieter area is a very pretty, very well themed area. That's where you'll wait for your meal at Tusker House. And after you're done out here, you get to head in to meet some of those safari characters and have some more familiar eats, familiar American eats with some more exciting African eats and African inspired cuisine. And while you're waiting for the Tusker House, you are welcome to use the Tusker House restroom if you are waiting for the restaurant. And that is right through this door back here, which is another great perk because who doesn't love a good bathroom? That poster's catching my eye. Festival of the Lion King. What could that be? I want to go on Captain Bob's Super Safaris. And while Tusker House is a great dining location for families of all ages if you want to grab a reservation, grown-ups might want to check out the nearby Dawa Bar. This is a walk-up bar located in Africa. Has specialty cocktails, African wine, African beer, and one of my favorite cocktails in all of Disney World is located here. So I did get the Ngumu Jungle Juice. This is one of my favorite cocktails in Disney World. A must-get for me every time I'm in Animal Kingdom. Sometimes it is a must-get multiple times every time I'm in Animal Kingdom. It is made with Tusker House's famous jungle juice, which is Pog Juice. That's passion fruit, orange, guava, a Disney staple. It is so, so, so good. You can get it here in Animal Kingdom. You can get it at Polynesian Village Hotel. Lots of different places. And it also has peach schnapps. And I'll tell you, this will sneak up on you. You're like, oh, it's just peach schnapps. It'll sneak up on you. So, this is so good. If you don't like juicy drinks, it's not for you. But if you like Pog Juice, drink this drink. I'm not kidding. It is so, so, so good. It's expensive, but it's a Disney cocktail. What do you want? All right, we are headed up on what you are definitely going to want to see. This cannon. Just kidding. Although there's a cannon. I'm going to go stand near it. Great. And by the cannon, by the water. I definitely recommend looking down by the water when you're in Animal Kingdom because there's usually some amazing detailing down there. Animal Kingdom in general is an incredibly detailed park. I see a hidden Mickey May of tires over there. But definitely take a look down and check out some of those details. But we are moving on. You're definitely not going to want to miss this next part because there are some crucial things to know if you want to see one of the most popular shows in all of Disney World. So on your way over to Festival of the Lion King, you'll pass another ice cream stand and Maria's Souvenirs. Maria's has some basics like ears and things like that, but also you can get henna done. And they have more of that beautiful African jewelry available in there as well. But we are focusing on Festival of the Lion King. Now this building over here houses the theater for Festival of the Lion King. This is a theater in the round show that is a celebration of the Lion King story. At the time that I'm filming this, it's actually still modified because of coronavirus, so it's still socially distanced. However, in the summer, it will be coming back to normal. So you might remember Tumble Monkeys. Those are the acrobats who perform in the show. They will be returning, and the aerial performance with the birds will be returning. Right now it's just a dance that's grounded and not in the air. This show is widely considered one of the best stage shows in all of Disney World. It features amazing puppets. It features characters that you'll recognize like Timon and Pumbaa and Simba. It also features just like stunning vocals singing many of your favorite songs from Lion King. There's some like audience participation with dancing along and things like that. Stunning costumes, so it's definitely a favorite for a reason. All seats are good ones since it's a theater in the round. This show does have Lightning Lane as well, which is available with Genie Plus. Now keep in mind with shows that the Lightning Lanes are limited. There is one Lightning Lane window for each show and you cannot be late for it. Now the reason I said you definitely want to watch this section of the video if you want to see Festival of the Lion King is because you see this big old long line starting at about 10:45, so about 15 minutes prior to the show. They started announcing that you were welcome to get in line, but you were not guaranteed entry into the show. So if you want to see Festival of the Lion King, you want to arrive at least 15 minutes early, if not 20, to make sure that you actually get in to see the show. It is extremely popular. Every single showing of the day gets this busy. And I also definitely recommend going to the earlier ones because as the day gets later and later, it does get busier because it's an air-conditioned show. And if you do want to go to one of the later ones, make sure that you are arriving early, 30 minutes early, 45. Grab yourself a snack, a drink and eat in line. That's my trick. And then of course you always have the Lightning Lane option, but you with the Lightning Lane will have to arrive early as well. So to see the Festival of the Lion King, you're going to want to arrive early. Don't cut it close. This is not a show that you can walk into right as it's starting, like many of the shows in Hollywood studios. So just make sure you're getting here a little early if you want to see the show. It is definitely worth doing. It's a favorite for many. It's actually not one of my favorites, but to each their own. So Festival of the Lion King, there she is. Those are your tips. And you might think that's the end of the Africa section of Animal Kingdom, but there are a few more things I definitely want to show you, including a secret location, very exclusive. So right here on the left we have a restroom. This one does tend to be busy, especially around the start of Festival of the Lion King. But if you're over in this area when the show isn't starting, you can probably it'll be a quieter, more private restroom experience as we all enjoy. And if you're ever in this area and you notice this very nice looking building up here, Harambe House, and wondering what that is, that's actually the Club 33 location for this park. Club 33 is the very exclusive, very VIP, very expensive club for Disney. They have some exclusive locations where they can relax and get food and drinks, and this is one of those. So unless you're a Club 33 member, you can't head up that way, but you can look at it and dream of what it would be like to be a Club 33 member. One day. And this path this way actually leads to Pandora, so it's actually a pretty great little cut through to get around to Pandora instead of having to walk all the way back through Discovery Island. And there is one more ice cream cart. This one is actually like the Africa carts in general have the Baridi theme, and I love those. Keep in mind also these have breakfast sandwiches and coffee if you're in a pinch, although I wouldn't recommend as like the best breakfast. I'd head to Kusafiri for better breakfast. If you liked our tour of Africa today, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now go watch my tour of Pandora. See you there!